Olia, look me, it's Nyol Manswell here, of course with Bottom Line TT. I want to welcome back everybody who was here before, and of course, a hearty, a warm welcome to everybody who now come into the channel. Of course, you know this is Bottom Line TT, and we are talking about everything and anything, but we're talking about it in a very real way. Today, we will be talking Black Lives Matter. It's about time, I think, that I put my 2 cents in on the matter. Almost 4 cents. Hey, get it? I can't see. Before we do that, however, before we jump into the thing, however, I can't continue to do this unless you click. So here what? Subscribe now, boy. Let me make the thing nice. So why Black Lives Matter? Why not all lives matter? Well, you need to understand something, and understand something real serious. It has to be Black Lives Matter right now, because Black lives have not mattered for hundreds of years. When slavery ended, they didn't really want to free us because they didn't like us, right? So what they did is they found a way to continue slavery, to continue the hatred of slavery, but through the systems of society. So black people for hundreds of years sit down, and we quietly took it. We quietly allowed them to dominate and oppress us through the systems of the society. But no more should black people sit down and take that. I personally find that is a little too late. It is a little too late that we're coming up with the Black Lives Matter thing. Now, we should have been on this for hundreds of years. We should have never taken our feet off the gas. Obviously, the focus started in the United States of America with the killing of George Floyd. Now, I am not going to talk to the killing of George Floyd or Ahmaud Arbery or Richard Brooks or Breonna Taylor. I'm not going to talk to the killing because, in my humble opinion, what is happening with this whole Black Lives Matter thing, it wasn't really started by those killings. Too many times in society, we like to talk about the plaster for the sore. We like to put band-aids on sore. We like to talk about symptoms, but we don't like to talk about the root of the problem. The root of the problem is not those killings. The root of the problem is slavery and the oppressive systems that sprung up in the society after slavery ended. So people are protesting in the streets. Young people are protesting, old people are protesting, white people are protesting, black people are protesting, and people are angry. Well, here's what world. Black people have every right to be angry. And all our colleagues, all our friends that are marching, thank you very much for marching with us. And thank you very much for your partnership on this venture. We appreciate it. But it's time that black people rise up. Firstly, we need to fight against all the hatred that has been heaped on us for hundreds of years by white people. But here, let's have something else to say. We also need to fight against the hatred that black people have heaped upon ourselves. Yes, I say that. Too many times we see black people hating themselves and hating other black people. Now, well, I feel like talking shipness, but all of us guilty. Well, I'm gonna ask you something. When is the last time you tell yourself, nah boy, I'm not going out in the sun because I will get too black? Or when is the last time you see a dark-skinned person looking real good and you tell yourself, that person looking real good for a darky boy? Here it is. What you are in effect telling yourself is that black people are usually ugly and that person is the exception. That is hating yourself. That is when you know the hatred of black people has been so subtle that it even reached to the point where black people hating black people. And as we on that point are coming home to Trinidad and Tobago, And I need to touch on something that has been really upsetting me for weeks. When I tell you Trinidad and Tobago, I have been upset. I have been really upset. The Warrahoon Queen got together with some other people in the society and asked for the removal of the Columbus statue. Of course, that will spark a conversation where it surrounds removing other colonial statues from prominent places in the society. They reached down to City Hall in Port of Spain and of course do a petition. They do the thing real nice and thing. They reached down by the mayor in Port of Spain. Long story short, the mayor is going to bring politics in the mix. The mayor will say, well, the statue in Port of Spain, but it is a national statue, I'm paraphrasing him, so he not moving it. He can't move it. He waiting for the politicians to come in. When you decide to bring politics into something like that, Mr. Mayor, you're muddying the waters too much. I am today calling you a coward. Why am I calling you a coward? Mr. Mayor, whether it is a national issue, whether it is a local issue, it does not change the history, sir. It does not change the fact that Columbus and everybody who came to the Caribbean after him committed genocide. It doesn't change the fact that they do not deserve prominent places in our society. I tell you, I went to school, and for the whole of my primary school years, I grew up believing Columbus is some hero. And then Shadow sing a song, Columbus lied. So I go, why Shadow singing this song? I was caught in two minds until I did Caribbean history in Form 4 and realized Columbus wasn't really such a hero at all. So Mr. Mayor, stop contributing by your cowardly acts to the miseducation of the young people about our history. Some people in the mayor's generation, yes, and I say that, calling all you out, they seem to love to smell the asses of white people. So they pander to everything that these Anglo-Saxon Europeans have to say. And it's almost like they're afraid to be black. We need to get away from that. This is a new generation, and we need to let the new generation know the truth. Anyways, I'm moving on. Because that is something that's going to be real vexed if I continue talking about it. So I have to move on. The Black Lives Matter thing is a multi-layered, multifaceted, complicated issue. It touches on everything, right? Because you can't just talk about the whole oppression, systematic racism. You have to talk about it in the sense that it reaches every part of the society. That's education. Why it is all over the world, black people are not educated in the same way as white people are. Getting to the bottom line of the whole issue, the point is, ladies and gentlemen, that black lives have to matter. Black lives should have always mattered. We should not have been here at this point in our history talking about this. The reality, however, is that we are. So people who don't understand the issue, you have a responsibility to educate yourself. White people, black people, brown people, blue people, whoever, you have a responsibility to educate yourself. Because I'm telling you, it really has some black people who don't understand still. And of course we know it are white people who don't understand. I'm saying it honestly. I don't want the protest to end until meaningful change takes place. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not advocating for violence in any way. But what I'm saying is, they don't hear us. Society doesn't hear black people unless we are making a lot of noise, and we are making a lot of noise for a very long period of time. Anything other than that, they take it to mean that we are conforming to the Anglo-Saxon white way of civilization. I'm not saying to be uncivilized. I'm saying that we have to stand up. I'm saying that all of us have to stand in solidarity with the Black Lives Matter movement. But let me know what you think in the comment section below. It's really important that all of us have a voice on this issue. I'm telling you, I'm telling all of us, Black Lives Matter. This is Bottom Line TT. We out.